Air slipped from between Thorn's lips as he exhaled slowly, the tempo of his breaths matching the rhythm of the gently blowing wind. Above him, the branches of the great tree that made up the elven city of Thilvana dipped and swayed as if it was breathing with him. Thorn sat in the center of a small courtyard high in the boughs of the city tree, enveloped by a world of blue sky and emerald green leaves. Inhaling through his nose, he allowed the fresh air to completely fill his lungs. The air this high up in the city tree had a sweetness to it that Thorn had never tasted before, and every breath he took brought him a step closer to a full recovery. After holding the air in his lungs as he counted to 5, Thorn exhaled again, his mind drifting back over the last week. Ever since he had arrived on Rossin to fight off the orc invasion, there had hardly been a single moment to rest. While taking down the harbor at Twin Bay had gone smoothly, the orcs had proved to be a significantly larger threat than Thorn had anticipated. Not only had Artu the Cursed proven himself a formidable foe in personal combat, but the chief of the Ashmaw tribe had demonstrated his cunning as a leader as well, setting up a trap for Thorn and the northern Angoral army that had almost been fatal. He had been captured by Artu, and it was only Velen's timely return that had allowed Thorn to make it to the elven city of Thilvana, finally making contact with the trapped elves. Glancing at the updated title he had received as soon as he stepped foot in Thilvana, Thorn sighed. Title Advancement: Escaped Prisoner, marked by the Ashmaw. You have escaped the camp of the Ashmaw tribe, bringing them shame. Honor bound by ancient orcish law to hunt you down, the Ashmaw tribe will do everything in their power to bring you back under their control. While escaped, all effects of the prisoner title are negated. However, the mark of the Ashmaw tribe has been left on you, allowing their trackers to gain a general sense of your direction. In order to remove this title, you must defeat either the shaman, the chief, or the champion of the Ashmaw tribe in combat, proving that your honor is stronger than theirs. Escaped from Ashmaw tribe. Reward: Title: Tuskbreaker. Velen's help in distracting Artu and the other orcs had been indispensable to his escape, proving once again how valuable strong allies were. Thinking about the elven war priestess who had stayed behind on Rossin after they found the world tree, Thorn could not keep the smile from his face. While it had only been a few months since Velen had left to complete her solo quest, Thorn was quite happy that he had gotten to see her again. Though their time together had been terribly short, it was obvious to Thorn that Velen was having a grand adventure of her own, which made Thorn quite happy. A soft vibration at the edge of Thorn's awareness alerted him that someone had walked into the range of his spiritual sense, bringing Thorn's thoughts back to the present. Breathing out for the last time, Thorn opened his eyes, taking in the small courtyard where he was resting. Everything in his sight was made of naturally formed wood, giving him the feeling that the whole building had been grown rather than built. Even the courtyard under his feet was formed from smooth wood shaped into rectangular panels that were locked together. Behind Thorn was a doorway leading into the thick trunk of the city tree, where a small room with a bed and a table grew from the floor. Despite the elegance of the room, Thorn much preferred the open-air courtyard due to his size. The room was not particularly small, but that was only for an elf or human. Rather than having to duck all the time, Thorn just stayed in the courtyard. "Your Majesty, I cannot agree to this." A deep voice carried over the courtyard wall, accompanying the hurried footsteps that were getting closer. "General, this is not your decision to make." Thorn's sharp ears picked up the soft voice of Queen Rochelle Nevire at the forefront of the group. A moment later, there was a knock on the courtyard door. "Please enter." Thorn's deep voice was slightly scratchy, carrying an undertone of exhaustion. Opening the door, 2 tall elven guards entered first, their eyes scanning the courtyard for threats.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.